What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. Big shout out to my doggy, Geroid McAllister, for coming through and boosting up the coin. So, oh man, I'm not even laughing, to be fair. It's getting a bit actually peak for John Fury, to tell the truth. Yeah, it's getting proper peak. What's that proverb or something in the Bible that says, in the end times, sons will turn against fathers? Wow, so we know for a fact, documented, Tyson Fury kicked John Fury out of the camp. That is what it is. Bottom line. He got kicked out. Now, in the last few days, here's the quotes from the Mirror. Tommy Fury forced to make a ruthless decision over Dad John's future, man. And this is what I was telling you, man. Yeah, to be a father, if you make the decision to be a father, I would never want to be in a position where I gotta beg my son for a put on, right? imagine having a news article written about how your future decided by your own son. That's a violation. I don't care how successful you is, to be fair. Yeah, I'd want to be doing my own things. I want to be, oh son, can I can I be on the director's list of your company? Yeah, you big bum having ass, leecher, hanging off a hanger-oner. John Fury is a classic hanger-oner. Bottom line. Oh, real man. John, what real man leech off his sons? What IP have you got of your own? And YB, you ain't got no IP. You don't see me leeching off no one's kids. Of my kids or someone else's. It's a violation, man. It's the truth. It's a violation. So, my humanitarian side feels sorry for John, because he really is down bad. Yeah, we know the festive Christmas period's over, and I like this, but I'm not a hater, yeah? Seeing John get this gig, seeing the job centre set John up with this typecasted gig with him as Father Christmas at Morecambe Garden Centre. Look at him, yeah? That's fulfilment. Yeah, when a man is able to provide for himself and not leech off his sons, look at that there. That is pure contentment and fulfillment. Going out and doing a hard day's graft. You're not robbing no one's nan for their moody driveway. You're not bumping no one's landscaping. Yeah, the proper work there. Bash. Look at that. Look at him there. I've never seen him smile out before. Normally he's like, oh, society. Oh, society. Oh, huffing and puffing. All smiles and shit, for sure. Anyway. Let's get to the article. Tommy Fury's forced to make ruthless decision over Dad John's future. Oh, sorry, every time I read it, man, that's a violation, man. That's a violation. The ancestors will turn in their grave, right? John Fury's great-great-granddaddy will turn in his grave, knowing that John's decision can be decided by his own son. That's just off-key to me. Historically speaking, the parents decide their kid's future to some extent, right? You don't cling on and, I know for a fact, yeah, most men, well, think about my dad, for example, there's no way he'd want to be dependent on me. There's no way. He got their own pride, right? No father wants to be dependent on their own kids. Obviously, if you're disabled or whatever, and you end up down bad, that's one thing, but no able-bodied man. John Fury's able-bodied. No able-bodied man wants to be vulnerable, and do you know what I'm saying? In most cases, bottom line, unless they're beta. If they're beta, they might look for handouts, but no one wants to be in that position, man. begging off their sons. Anyway, the article goes on. Here we go. Bash! Tommy Fury has reportedly been forced to make a big change to his inner circle after reports stated that his father, John Fury, will no longer have much involvement in his career. Man, that's a violation. This shouldn't be public, really. I've got to tell the truth here. This shouldn't be public. This is too violatory. This news here is too violatory. Tyson drops him. Tommy drops him. But listen, he's got no one to blame, really, but himself. When you're a cancerous individual, you got to make it all about you. And yeah, you can argue, well, YB, it's the fight game, and does John Fury titillate the masses? He does titillate the masses, but come on, man. You're 60 years old, it's not a good look. John Fury got his ass out, I'm just slapping it. I don't care about how much business or titillation there might be, man. Put your old dusty ass away, man. Now it goes on. According to the report from Mail Online, Tommy's fiancée, Molly May, has set the 25-year-old a list of stipulations to win her back, which includes a party ban and pitching in more with family life instead of focusing on his boxing matches. The report further adds that Fury Sr. will no longer be involved in his son's business venture, aka leeching off his son. What really? John Fury ain't got no managerial experience. Apart from, you might, for me, if I was hiring John, I'd hire John on a day rate. I wouldn't be giving him a split, because his only value, it's not negotiating contracts or whatever else. In fact, I reckon part of the reason he got sacked was, it was his smart idea to say, yeah, we'll assign the Darren Till fight. We'll fight him. Which has ended up getting Tommy Fury in a lot of bother. Why? Well, when you sign a contract with DAZN, which is what Misfits is essentially, they have clauses in there. You can't just pull out of a fight that's been organised and they've booked an arena and whatnot. You can't just pull out for nothing. Now, if you're injured, that's fine. But again, if you're injured, they reschedule. But to set things in motion, book a day, things are going, the wheels are turning, and then just to pull out, it don't work like that. So what's happened is, John Fury was like, son, we'll knock him out. Puff Tommy Fury's ego up. 2-2s. Tommy's realised, I don't really want to fight Darren Till. So Tommy Fury's ended up with X amount of millions liabilities on the back of the pullout, and he's blaming his dad. Really, Tommy got no one to blame but himself. No one made him sign that contract. You're a grown-ass man, is where I stand. But still, in business in particular, no one wants to take responsibility. If you've ever worked at a corporation, or anywhere, if you ever worked anywhere, no one wants to wear it. In most cases, everyone's looking for a scapegoat. It wasn't me who bottled the fight. It's my dad's fault for even putting me in it in the first place. So I feel John's been scapegoated here. That said, he's earned it for himself. He's a clown. He talks too much, and Tommy can't fight, and he should have known that. I'd have told him now. Listen, you don't want that, Tommy. You don't want that one. You don't want that one. So Tommy Fury's looking back, saying, "Wow, Dad, if you'd have really put me in there with Darren Till, he'd have knocked my head off on January 18th." So it's moments like that when you're looking back and you're thinking, wow, that could have been me in there with Darren Till getting my head blocked off. You start thinking, how much does this dad really care about me? If he was hyping me up to get in there with Darren Till, he was about to take my spark off from me. Yeah? So Tommy Fury sat back and thought, what am I paying you managerial percentages it's for? Yeah? What am I paying you managerial percentages isms for? For you to get me knocked out? That don't make no sense. I can get myself knocked out. I don't need you leeching 20%. So like I said, John does have value, not managerially, not at any level apart from a day rate. I'd put him on £200 a day to come in and make a clown of himself. I'd put him on a jester rate. You get your big ass in there, whoop-de-whoop, make a big song and a dance, and I'll see you at home. That's what I do with John Fury. He does have value. He has day rate value. He's a day rate worker. Yeah, you fly him in ad hoc. Every press conference, you pay him £200 and his travel. That's what you do with John Fury. You don't put him on a directorship. That's what you don't do. And he's probably, from what I've heard from people close to the situation, Molly Mays looked at Tommy's finances and realised coins have gone missing. Yeah? And when you got an individual like this, a lot of men who come out of Pena, they're kind of like, the world happens to them. As if they didn't work their way there. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some men who get locked up for nothing. But be honest here. Most men who end up in pen, they earn their way there, right? You didn't just get there. But they come out and they're like, oh man, they're like kind of, the system's fucked me up and I'm depressed and I can't work. Well, no one asked you to be doing whatever you was doing to get there, is the truth. You could have got a bum-ass job like the rest of us, right? Or whatever things you got into. No one asked you to do that. You're a grown-ass man. Live up to what you've done and crack on and go to work like everyone else. But these men have like a victim. It's like, I can't work. Work is almost beneath them. I'm too good to work, so I'm trying to hang off everyone else. So John Fury came out. We all know this. We've heard John Fury's bars. He comes out of the pen after 10 years, playing the victim card. The government this. John, you poke someone's eye out who's like 5 foot tall, to be fair. I'm not the biggest fan of the government yet, but to be fair to the federal authorities, you did poke someone's eye right out for them. There's got to be consequences for that. Yeah, there's got to be consequences. You can't have a big old oaf bully like yourself who don't want to take on no one who's your own size, John. That's the thing we know about you. You picked on the 14-year-old prepubescent Ukrainian Donny. That's what you did. You didn't want to smoke with no one your own size and weight, so you're a bully, and we can't have that. Oh, come on. Oh, man, the system. Oh, the system. Hawk me. Hawk me. So he's like one of them ones. You never see John Fury do a hard day's work. Never. We never see him do a hard day's work. Not in a month of Sundays, people. Stop playing. Anyway, it goes on. John had served as a director alongside his son at Fury TNT Incorporated since 2019. But his appointment was terminated last week. Oh, that's not cool, man. In January 2023, the company's last published accounts revealed it had assets of about 400 grand. The company lists its nature of business as sports activities, with the name stemming from Tommy. Okay, blah, 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 blah. So there's also likely been an accounting scandal here. People like John, he will have entitlement. He'll be thinking, well, Tommy, you made 2 million, and you did come from my dusty ballsack, so that's like half of you, right? Your mum gets half, and I get half. So John would have been dipping his hand in there for sure. If he had any access to any of the accounts, his hand would have been dipping in there. All jokes aside, a son doesn't dead his dad off for nothing. He'd been dipping that pot for sure. He's been dipping it. That's what we know for a fact. And Molly May Hague likely got one of her top cabal accountants, auditors, to go through the books, and he's seen John putting his hand in there. For sure. No son deads his dad off like that for nothing, right? All jokes aside, he got deaded off because he had his hand in the cookie jar. Because he feels entitled. Oh, you came from my nuts, Tommy. Oh, it's my money. Yeah, super entitled to it. That said, Tommy's another leech of Tyson, really, if we tell the truth. What's Tommy done, man? What's Tommy done? Kiss a bunch of men on Love Island. That's what he's known for. What's he really done? But nonetheless, whether he kissed a bunch of men on Love Island to get on or not, at least it's him doing it. John has actually done nothing at all. Yeah? He's done nothing at all, man. Tommy is a function of Tyson. Tyson's done something. Tommy has done a few little things. More than John, though. That's what we do know for a fact. As little as Tommy's done, he's done more than John. What's John done? Really? Nothing. And I'm not trying to slate him, because I ain't done nothing in my life either. But that'd be the truth, right? Me sitting here saying John ain't done nothing is it's not the, what's that saying? The pot calling the kettle black. We're both in the same thing here. I'll admit that though. John's like, oh my nuts. My nuts are the best nuts. They can't be that good, mate. If they was that good, you'd have your own shit going on, and you wouldn't be getting kicked off your son's directorship. Bash. Okay, so yeah, I think that's about it, people with the bars, to tell the truth on this one. Where did John go from here? We know the seasonal work has dried up, but I'd like to see, I'm honestly not a hater, man. I like seeing someone feel contempt. And at this point in his life, in December, when he was working the Morecambe Grottos, he did look. He's going out there. Is it the most, I don't know, maybe it is satisfying work. It probably is for nonsense, I'd assume. But either way, I'm not saying John's a nonce, but listen. It's satisfying work. The kids have got smiles on their faces. John's got a smile on his faces. He's making an honest living. He needs to just find something else similar to this kind of work here. That's what he needs to do. So John, go back into the job office. And I might even be able to retrain your ass. Yeah? We know Halloween's coming up. Not Halloween. We know Easter's coming up. Easter Bunny work's good at this time of year, right? They're starting to train for Easter Bunny work. You've got Easter Bunny, Halloween, and Christmas. That can be your shtick. Yeah? And you can probably branch out and diversify into this general party animals. You go there and you're big enough, right? You go in there and be a big moose. You know them ones there? You know when you go to kids' parties and some dude puts a suit on? You could do a bunch of that work as well. You like doing that kind of rubbish anyway, acting a clown and acting buck wild. So that's the industry I put John in. Yeah? The paid jester industry, where he's making a clown of himself. But do it full time, professionally. Turn it into a profession, John. Be a professional clown. Yeah, start blowing balloons up, bloop, and all kind of madness. Anyway, people, listen. Let's see where John goes now. I mean, if he felt bad after getting out of jail, then both sons have deaded you off. And they do say this about families and business. They say don't go into business with families because there is a lot of entitlement slash it scorns. In fact, business in general, they say don't really do business with friends because it ends up half of the time at least. It ends up going. It's hard to get two people to agree on anything. Never mind when money's involved and it gets proper like woo woo. Especially when you've got a leech like John. You ain't really bringing nothing to the table. So John has a high expectations of what he's worth and don't bring a lot. So it's like, that's going to cause discrepancies. Tom is like, well, I'm the one out here having to service up. I'm the one out here having to service the ITV and Amazon Prime executives for the new documentary. Yeah? I'm the one having to get flown out to Hollywood and get popped. And what are you doing, John? You're taking 20% and I'm the one having to service these reptiles. Yeah? It's not... I'd feel aggrieved as well, right? Imagine the YB gets flown out to Hollywood to service some of these reptile cats for the put on. And John's sitting there digging my pocket for 20%. That's going to cause some deep-rooted animosity. Like, what are you doing for this coin? Yeah, my butt was sore for days after them reptilian cats finished with Mars. You're just sitting there all smiling and shit. Yeah, bash, you're gone. Anyway, people, let me know your thoughts. Let's see where this cat pops up again. Like I say, though, he does have a value. A day rate. He should be, I'm not going to lie. Misfit should hire him. He wouldn't be bad on the commentary team or put him in a clown suit and get him blowing balloons up in the corner at a press conference. He's got something about a day rate value. I think that's fair. Put John on a day rate, $250 a day. Come in there and make a big clown of yourself. 100%. Let me know your thoughts, people. Smash the like button, subscribe, like off the bell. 100%. There's no doubt about this. Some people stop playing with me.